What up, Nick Nation? It's your boy Juby the Tubi. Good evening, good evening. Happy March 27th. Hope you guys are doing good. I apologize if I sound a little nasal. I'm a little congested today, but the show must go on. Orange and blue. I bleed orange and blue, so nothing will stop it. Even though I'm feeling not too great, still wanted to come on here and tell you guys my opinions and analysis of what I saw in tonight's game that the Knicks beat the Detroit Pistons and they go on a 3-game road winning streak, move 4.5 behind Atlanta for that 10th and final play-in tournament, and they have Chicago tomorrow and Indiana. If all goes well, they can move 3.5. 3.5, guys. We shall see. Julius Randle made his return back today. Of course, Obi and McBride's minutes took a depletion. No Taj Gibson today, but we still won, and no Quentin Grimes. Salute to you guys in the chat. As always, I'm Juby the Tubi, family above everything, and we'll be bringing in Zenray from Zenray Sports TV once I return. Stay tuned. Here we go. What's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Juby the Tubi. Straight talk family above everything. Salute to you guys out in the world. Salute to you guys in New York. Salute to you guys overseas, and prayers to you guys overseas, going through everything that you're going through out there in Ukraine. I hope that situation gets situated soon and gets settled, and prayers go out to the families of those in troublesome times right now. But the Knicks beat the Detroit Pistons on the road again, the third game on the road, and they go ahead and win 104-102, led by a team collective scoring. RJ Barrett 21, Julius 20, Emmanuel Quickly 18, Obi Toppin 10, but only played about 15 minutes. No Quentin Grimes. Julius Randle got inserted back in the lineup. But ladies and gentlemen, we're 4.5 out of out of that play-in tournament. We'll find out. Let me get Zenray in here. I don't even want to prolong this anymore. Let's get Zenray from Zenray Sports TV and get his thoughts of what he saw tonight. Hello, hello, hello. Why don't I hear Zenray? Oh, Zenray got me muted. We'll give Zenray a second. I don't hear you. Papa, your headset's always gone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man that I cannot write this stuff. This guy has a great video montage. Everything looks fantastic, has a clean shaved head, and I cannot hear this man. Crazy, crazy stuff. Let me see if I can hear you on your channel, Zenray, just to be sure that your viewers hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm now you can hear me now.
There we go. Hey, good evening. Good evening.
I was saying I'm tending to my 2-year-old. He's driving me up a wall. My executive producer. He touched some buttons on the last show. Everything's frozen. Watching it on YouTube. I'm getting messages from my son and other people. Hey, Dad, you're frozen on the other show. I said my executive producer was experimenting. He says, "Who's your executive producer?" Your brother, Judah. But welcome.
He's in charge of audio, lighting, and video. He's doing a great job. Great job.
I need all the help. I need all the help I can get. And sorry for the audio trouble again. That was on me. That was no one's fault but myself. My head is still swirling from dealing with my 2-year-old today. But getting back to the game, the Knicks win. That's the most important thing. People who wanted the lottery kind of lost tonight. It could have happened, but Juby's boy Alex Burke steals the ball in the last 5-6 seconds of the game to pull out victory. Look, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was calling. We should have blown out Detroit in my previous game. I said they're almost like a G League team. Casey has these team playing very, very well. They're a good team. I mean, you got Sadiq Bey, who broke the team's 3-point record as well. Allen Houston was congratulating him for doing that. I guess Sadiq Bey and Allen Houston have some kind of relationship. And
Allen Houston was the former the person who had that record. So another former Knick just lost their record, shattered.
No, I don't think that's the reason why. Is that the reason why?
Should be. Allen Houston played for the Detroit Pistons, and he was a great player for them.
That's why. I didn't know why. So I guess he broke. Listen, I didn't even know that he was in Detroit before he came to the Knicks. I apologize for that. I need to do more research on that. But congratulations, Sadiq Bey. Allen Houston was congratulating him. It's a good thing. At the end, the Knicks win this game. The question, Juby, do you think the Knicks should have won this game? And do you think, if you're looking for a lottery pick, do you think the Knicks should have lost this game? I mean, it's kind of a dumb question, but either or, what did you think of the game overall?
I thought we got away by the hairs on our chin. We stole this game. We should have lost this game. If you look at this team stats, we almost got beat in every stat. I'm pretty sure you're going to go over that with our viewers. Points in the paint, shooting percentage. I think we just had better shooting percentage than them. That's it. But just not really a great game to watch. I got to be honest. If you're a Knicks fan, you might enjoy it because you saw a couple of highlights from Obi Toppin like I did and things like that. But if you're a basketball fan just looking for a great game to watch, a very, very one-dimensional game. It was kind of boring. I don't want to use the word boring, but I mean, we won. If, like you said, Zenray, if you're happy that the Knicks are winning, then good for you. If you wanted them to be in the lottery, I guess you're disappointed. I have, and I continue to have, mixed emotions. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks are only 4.5 behind that 10th. And ladies and gentlemen, we own the tiebreaker, Zenray, against Atlanta.
After that, look, I need to be up my game because Juby is up on his game. He was correct, and I was saying, "Are you sure we won that last game?"
I'm just hopeful, guys. That's it. I look for any way to get in.
That Juby was correct. I apologize to you and everybody watching me. I need to do more of my research. I need to work on my game. Julius, I'm becoming a Julius Randle here on my side, and he's an RJ Barrett OB topping on his side. So I need to get my frustrations out and zen out a little more and deal with my life situations a little better. But yeah, he's absolutely right. Juby, I texted you yesterday. I apologize to you, and you're actually right.
Good.
They won the first 2 meetings. They won the first 2 meetings before we lost that third game a few nights back. So the Knicks do have the tiebreaker. The only thing I was mentioning to you earlier before we got on the show, it would be a darn shame if the Knicks make this run at the end and they have this chance to get in and it goes to the last game of the season and we miss it by one game, it would hurt more than anything else because so many games that you lost this year that you could have won and you had leads and you lost it in the third or fourth quarter. It would be a hard pill to swallow. But even making the attempt to get there, I'm just glad that Topping and McBride, Sims were there in crunch time in fourth quarter playing, and then they brought the starters in. And they got minutes. Everybody got minutes. McBride had an awful shooting night, but his defense was on par. He was on their point guards and on their players assigned to him. I mean, he was on Cunningham, and then he was on their other Hayes, their other number one pick a few years back. He was on them. They played very well, and he remember he competed against Cunningham when they were playing against each other in college. So Cunningham had 18 points, and then Bagley. Bagley was the second pick for I think the Sacramento Kings. I think that's the same year that Luka Doncic came out, and people said you should have picked Luka Doncic. And look, it takes a few years for a player to gel and get to play well. He's been in the league now 4 years, and he's finally getting it. And he had big 27 points. I know what you're gonna say, Juby. Everybody's a star against the Knicks. You're gonna mention a name that I'm gonna let you take over now. A guy named Key. I don't even know who this guy is, to be honest with you.
He came from the G League. He came from the G League.
Hey, he was on that team back a few years back. I think it was 2 years back when Virginia won the national championship, and he was an undrafted rookie, and they've got him put him in the G League, and he's playing with them. So I'll let you take over, Juby. The Knicks barely get out of Motown by a slim victory of 104-102.
Well, let me start off with my manners, guys. Thank you for having me on the show, Zenray, and everybody at Zenray Sports TV. But listen, it wouldn't be the Knicks drama if the Knicks don't make it by just one half a game. I'll touch up on that aspect. If we go back, the Knicks always find a way to miss a draft pick by one pick, by two picks. They miss a star. They miss a play-in. So this is the Knick universe thing to do. Just us missing by a half a game. But listen, this is what I'm going to say to that, and I'll touch up on that real quick. If Atlanta loses and the Knicks are winning, go for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, coach is going to try to win regardless of the fact. But Atlanta has Indiana tonight, and I apologize if I sound nasal. Atlanta has Indiana tomorrow night. We have Chicago. If we win and Indiana and Atlanta lose, that puts us 3.5 back. Nice number if you owe the tiebreaker, but the dominoes have to fall. Everything has to align, and they only control what's in front of them. Tonight, that was Detroit. They controlled, for the most part, the game. They were up as much as 17, and they blew the lead a little bit. They got a little bit comfortable, I thought. I thought they had the same mindset that you had, Zenray, that this team is doesn't have not talented enough to compete with us, and they're young, and they showed that they are.
Yeah.
And Key, I said it before, guys, the Knicks always find somebody to make them look. He's probably going to get a contract next year. Sign a 3-year deal because what he did. This is the history when it comes to players playing the Knicks. They look forward to playing us. I guess it's our name, and us being from New York, it brings out the best in everybody. I'm just happy that RJ Barrett has some great moves tonight. I mean, oh my God, this guy's game, Zenray, is coming together. He's putting it between his legs. He's driving it in. Had a couple of turnovers that I questioned, and I was like, what are you doing? But regardless, we won. And I'm going to share something with you guys. Watching the game, me and Ray are texting back and forth, and I'm about to text him, why is Alex Burke in the game? And I wrote it, and just as I wrote it, Alex Burks comes up with the defensive stop and steals the ball and saves the game. So he stuck his foot a little bit in my mouth, and I had to just shut up and say, thank you, Alex Burke.
It's funny you say that because I was saying kind of the same thing, but I knew why he was in there. Because Brooks in 33 minutes of play had 18 points, so I understand. And he was playing good defense. And his numbers, if you look at it, shooting numbers were much better than RJ Barrett. Just RJ Barrett is just a bulldog, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't matter if he's having a bad night. He takes lead, he takes aggressive. He had some he had some bad moves to the basket, and he had some bad passes. He was trying to alley-oop Obi a couple of times. But look, at this point, Barrett is our future. I was hearing the game, uh, watching it, listening to the Detroit Pistons announcers, and they even said that Randall probably won't be part of the Knicks' future coming up, but Randall, yeah, won't be part of the Knicks' future, and Barrett is the Knicks' future and the Knicks' leader coming up. They just have to get they just have to get a point guard to kind of make this team more effective. But look, Randall played a good game, and you know something about Randall? He was being butchered. He was on his best behavior.
So
So let me just tell
somebody
you,
got the
ladies and gentlemen, those
pop
3 days were not 3 days of because he had an injury. Because they're saying he had this injury for a month, and they said, and somebody asked him if it was a playoff game, would he play? And they said, well, everybody who has injuries probably will try to play, and you'll probably know him, Julius, he'll probably play. But we're taking precautions. Why are you taking precautions? You know, I'm saying to myself, but I understand that they're keeping this mum. He was on his best behavior. He didn't argue. He just had a little discussion here and there with the referee. It was a play that he got butchered on top of the head. He got the ball in, but he didn't get called for the foul. They didn't get called for the foul. So, Juby, I understand the politics and how they keep this in-house. And I think if Julius Randle wants to stay in New York, he has to keep his mouth shut.
Listen, he got the chancleta, the pow pow, whatever you want to call it. The guy was quiet. I even saw him high fiving RJ Barrett and talking
Much
to
better
him.
dude.
You know, the only thing I don't like about RJ, about Julius Randle, is he has emotions for the wrong reasons, but not when it comes to the basketball positive aspects. Like you see quickly will get fouled. You see quickly bang his chest. He'll go up to his teammates. He'll give them a pound. He'll give them positive reinforcement. Julius Randle is just kind of stone cold. And if that was like Allen Houston, who was known for being a stone cold sharpshooter and had no emotion really, then I would say okay. But Julius, you see the fire when he's arguing, when he's going back and forth with the refs. So why not put that same energy and make it into a positive energy and show that towards your teammates and towards the game? I'm not trying to nitpick here on Julius Randle. It's just things that I watched today. Him sitting on the bench. He just has. There's no drive, guys. I don't know if you forgot. For you guys who play basketball, for you guys who enjoy the game, you see when you're sitting there, you're like this, you're amped, you're ready to get in. I feel like he's just kind of, hey
Yeah.
guys, welcome to the show. Uh, you know, that's the energy that I'm getting from Julius right now, and it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know what to say to you guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. If you guys want to leave a comment, feel free to. If you guys think I'm wrong, by all means, please leave a comment as well, and I'll gracefully take the feedback. But Julius just looks like he's checked out. He's playing to play because that's his job. He's showing up for work. There's no enjoyment. There's no fire and desire. He can still put up numbers because he's talented, but I just don't see what I see when RJ Barrett does something good, when Quickly, when Toppin, Alex Burke, Taj Gibson at his, God bless him, at his 36-year-old age. When he does something, you still see him pounding his chest, high-fiving his teammates. You don't see that from Julius Henry. And I don't know if you've seen that. What's your take on that? And do you think that's a big,
Yeah.
big issue?
I hate to say this, and I agree with your observation on it. It was a little better today. In
A
fact, I
little
would say
better.
it was a lot better today compared to his tirade and the way he looked at the bench, not collaborating with the players, not having a smile on the face, not having this right positive energy. And for me, I just hate to say this, it's just immaturity. I think people just don't understand. Some people just don't they haven't had other persons kind of come up to him and tell him, Julius, that's the wrong way to go about it. And I think now that it's just the beast has gotten out of control, I think the Knicks organization says, listen, you have to go about things a little better than the way you're doing it. Because you're antagonizing your opposing players, your teammates, your organization, and you're making yourself look bad in the NBA. And I think more or less I think that's what brings the value of a player down. So they had to have the conversation with him. If you're planning to trade him, what team is gonna deal with that kind of nonsense? So the Knicks lose, the Knicks win 104, 102. I know a lot of the tank people who wanted Knicks to move up in the lottery wish that they lost this afternoon, but they won 104, 102. Julius Randle, 20 points.
Yeah,
You
knock him.
can't. 31 minutes. He played well. And listen, Obi Topping, the backup, 17 minutes. I would like those numbers to be more in the closer to the 24, 25-minute range. He
Me
had
too.
10 points. He played well. I think he's the right energy. He's the right fit for this team. We spoke about that in yesterday's show, Juby. The Knicks' next game is
Tomorrow, Chicago, home game.
wow. That's a test. That's a
That's a
test. I think
big test.
I think that game is going to be close, but I think we're going to lose that game because if this game's so close against Detroit, nothing against Detroit. Detroit's an upcoming team, but you're playing Chicago, so
No Lonzo Ball.
and no
They
Levine.
no Levine. They got DeRozan. They got one of their players back that's been out for a while. They're still playing very good basketball. But we just won 3 games on the road. High spirits. It's the Nick thing to do, ladies and gentlemen, to come home and just be flat-footed. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, Evan Fournier, the French Prince, comes out and bounces back from this atrocious shooting bonanza that he had tonight, and hopefully, we see the ball share that it was a little bit today. It was a little bit excuse me. It was a little bit staggered. It wasn't as much as ball movement as I would have liked to see. And Quentin Grimes was out. We didn't mention that Quentin Grimes did not play today. He's day to day. And Taj Gibson didn't play because we knew once Julius Randle comes back, Taj Gibson was gonna take a hit on minutes. I would just like to see 25 minutes for Obi Toppin, about 20 minutes for McBride if possible. And if we could compete and do what we did today, just shoot the ball a little bit better. Because defense, we were okay. We just had a little collapse a little bit in the third quarter. But we shot the ball. Too many threes today, and we were missing them. We started off hot, then got really cold. We just got to shoot the ball better. And if we win tomorrow and Atlanta loses, we'll talk.
Wow.
We'll sit there and we'll have a discussion, and we'll say what is the possibilities, and we'll get into that the next show. Or are we going to have a discussion that I wanted to touch up on with you? Do you think, and we'll save it for another show, do you think in-house and Julius already have discussed and said, Julius, be on your best behavior, go out there, compete, try to get us wins. We know that you don't want to be here. You know you're not fit for this. We're going to move you.
Do that. You don't do that. If you say that,
they did it with Kristoff. No media knew about it. Kristoff and Knicks management for weeks spoke about moving him.
If he's saying he wants to be out of here, then they're going to accommodate him. But he has to be in his best behavior because the Knicks are not going to just give Randall away. They want value, And the only way you're probably going to get more value with him if you take Mitchell Roberts and Randall and package them together, like we mentioned it. Alan Hahnemann mentioned it on MSG. That's a great value for any team. You get the power forward, and you get the big time center. That's a package a lot of NBA teams will be looking for. We see what happens, Juby. I'm really have nothing to say, so I guess we'll be on Tuesday.
Tuesday morning. Tuesday 1 o'clock, if that's okay. Do 1:30.
We'll do that. Look, today has been. I mean, if you look at Sims and you look at Toppings, the young guys, they're getting minutes. McBride quickly had a good game. His usual 18 points off the bench. You didn't see Gibson at all. So it was just Robinson and Sims. I see that as a future tandem if they don't trade Mitchell Robinson. But Sims is going to be a player. Sims is starting to get more. You see the confidence in him. Even McBride, as bad of a shooting night he had tonight, you see the confidence in him. Yeah. And that comes with playing time. That comes with being with the team, collaborating with the team. If the Knicks do the right thing, the Knicks can be an upcoming team. And if you have to pick 9th, 10th, 11th, for whatever you're going to pick this coming draft this year, then let it be the Knicks organization with Scott Perry, Leon Rose, and Worldwide West, they'll find the talent here. And Brock Osler, I can't pronounce his last name. He's the other guy. He's a talented guy that that knows how to find these gems. He was a part of getting Sims in here and McBride and finding these gems out there. So we don't talk too much about him. So yeah, Juby, I don't have nothing to say, Juby. If you have any departing words, just or anything you want to talk about.
Just I know that tomorrow is Monday Blues. Guys, just go out there, be safe, enjoy your Monday, do what you have to do. We'll be back Tuesday, midday at some point. And as always, family above everything, guys.
Oh yes. So remember, everybody, never give up. Never give up, Nick Nation, people around the world. Prayers to the Ukraine and Nick Nation, knowing that the best is yet to come, with love, peace, and gratitude. Zenray out. Juby, thanks again for coming on.
Absolutely,
We'll be seeing you on Tuesday, and it'll be interesting. If that comes to fruition, what you're talking about, and about us beating Chicago and making this an interesting race, I'll be very intrigued.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, Juby. Zenray out. Thank you.
Good night, brother. Later.
Good night.
All right, guys. That was Zenray with Zenray Sports TV. Like I said, guys, a lot of stuff to talk about. If all the dominoes fall, we shall see. Again, I'm Juby the Tubi. Appreciate you guys who watched this live, who stopped in. Appreciate you guys who watched this video on a replay. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for your boy. And as always, family above everything. Good night, guys.
We are the New York Knicks.